And we say, got a little bit of cough there. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. Kick back and relax, and let's talk here on the Ballard Blitz, the fourth edition. We've been doing this a little over a month. I know we missed a week in there, but I said this week on Wednesday, it's Valentine's Day, a time for love, right? Hearts, all that stuff, that mushy, whatever. I said we got to get an episode out this week. So I figured we'd have some fun. We got to talk about Super Bowl 58. How everyone thinks that it was set up, the script, whatever. First off, I do not believe there's a script for a Super Bowl or an NFLC. Does anybody else buy that? I don't. Yeah, I'm a little fired up this morning. I'm ready to go. Like, I haven't even had an energy drink yet, and I'm ready to go. Oh man, we're gonna have fun. It's Wednesday morning. You're listening to this. If you're listening to the premiere, happy Valentine's Day, right? I'm recording this on Monday. It's 7:15 Central Time. Got a light on in the background. The sun's up here in Coleman, Alabama. It's really nice. Really, really nice. We do want to talk about the Super Bowl, but also I figured I'd have some fun this week, it being Valentine's Day, a time for love and romance and everything like that. Yada, yada, yada. My first love was football. How did I get into football? Well, I really got into sports and competition, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's talk about the Super Bowl for a second. We'll come back to that. So the Chiefs end up winning 25-22 in overtime with a touchdown pass to Mecole Hardman. Shout out to the Dog fans out there. Your guy won the Super Bowl. Not that he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but to be the guy and to be the reason for winning the Super Bowl, that was pretty cool. I did not go live for the game. In fact, I'm going to be honest, I had to go and do some research. I got notes here, but I was so tired on Sunday from work. I had picked up like an early morning shift. I got home in time to watch the game. And in the fourth quarter, I took everything to my room and I said, let's just relax and watch this. And my eyes went shut up because I just fell asleep. So I didn't even watch the overtime, but I went back and I saw highlights, and it was a beautiful pass to Mecole Hardman. You know, when you look at the statistics too, Brock Purdy for San Francisco had one heck of a game. No picks for him. Patrick Mahomes, he threw a pick. Brock Purdy carried the offense, and McCaffrey did too. 23 of 38, 255 yards, and a touchdown for Purdy and the 49ers in passing. Mahomes, compared to him, 34 of 46, 333 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and an interception. Also, Mahomes led in carries and rushing yards for the Chiefs. They really didn't have much of a run game, only went just above half the field with 9 carries for Mahomes, 66 yards, which is not bad. I'm not here. I don't think there were any bad stats of this game. I mean, Kelsey had 9 receptions for almost the whole field. He didn't really go deep to get big time plays, but he helped move the ball downfield, if you get what I'm saying. Christian McCaffrey was the lead receiver, a running back for the 49ers. Not Deebo Samuel or anybody else. Not Jawan Jennings, which they did use him in a Wildcat in the second quarter. Scoreless first quarter, by the way. I thought it would be a defensive game, and it was. Christian McCaffrey had a receiving touchdown from a Wildcat formation, Jawan Jennings. He had 8 receptions for 80 yards, which is pretty good. Uh, and by the way, I mean, at the start of this game, like San Francisco, I don't know about the spread, but they had like a 57.5% chance to win the game. So it was kind of 50-50. Well, more than that, which is good. I mean, you you kind of expected. I thought it would have been like Super Bowl 55 because the Chiefs won 54. Then they go in and they play Tom Brady. Not that Brock Purdy's Tom Brady, obviously not. But I thought maybe there was a little bit of this voodoo or curse because we we've seen repeated like back to back Super Bowl champs before, but it's been a minute. In fact, I think it's been 20 years because you got to go back to the Patriots with Tom Brady in what 03, 04. So, congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. Y'all earned it. Shout out to Sippy Sports Show. And then shout out to Twisted Rooster and Mama Tori if you guys are listening. I love you guys. Chiefs fans, get excited. I want to ask you guys this. Is it a dynasty now? Are they building a dynasty with the Chiefs? I'm not going to answer that one, but you guys can. So, anyway, it is Valentine's week. I don't want to get too off into detail with this, but it is. But my first love was football. Yes, football. I mean, I grew up on sports and competition. I played. Here's the thing, though. I never played a down of football. But yet, some of you guys, I mean, you might sit there and I see the comments. Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's football illiterate and blah blah blah. But then I also get good feedback some of the time, like on schedule previews. Yeah, I'd agree with you on this one, Ballard. But I'd also say blah 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 blah. I've never played a snap of football. I played backyard football and threw it around with like my dad and my grandfather or uncles or whoever, which was fun. I miss those days. I wish I could go back to them, you know. But how I got started on football, I guess just throwing it with my grandfather mostly, throwing it with my brother, tackling him in the yard, and it just gets your blood flowing. It gets your adrenaline going. It gets you hyped up. You want to run through a brick wall, don't you? I mean, I do. Like when that Super Bowl came on, and I got home to watch it. First off, I had to do some school stuff that was due. But at the same time, like, man, that game, shoot, what I did see from it was still pretty good. And I'm like, let's go, let's go. And I even said, I said, I kind of want to see someone go back to back in a Super Bowl because you just don't see it. And it happened. Chiefs win again. But getting back to my love for football, it's hard to explain. Now, I don't love football more than anything else in the world. I got friends, I got family, community, I got God. So it's not like I put it on a big pedestal. At least I used to. Like I remember, I'm going to tell this story. Oh God, I'm going to tell this story. Am I? Um. So you guys know that I went to the Alabama Vanderbilt game in 2022 with Millis and X Wing and not X Wing's kid, but Millis's kid. That was not necessary. That was my first Alabama game I got to go to. My grandmother's going to listen to this and say, I know where you're going with this, son. Yes, you do, Nana. Thank you for listening. Um, my first opportunity, and I screwed it up. Morally screwed it up. I was acting up that week. I had anger issues and stuff out of control as a teenager. I was basically an a-hole. I'm just going to say it like that and put it nicely. I was not the nicest teenager, right? Around the house, my emotions were out of whack and everything. I've calmed down, I've matured and everything like that. I still get frustrated at times. You always do, but you know, I had an opportunity. Gosh, what year was this? 20 I know it was at Bryant Denny. 2016. I remember it now. It was 3 years after the kick six. It was the 81st Iron Bowl. It was in Tuscaloosa. And as a early, because my birthday is like a week and a half after Thanksgiving, you know. Um, my birthday's December 9th. This was November 25th, 26th of 2016. As a birthday present, um, my parents, I'm gonna cry. They got me Iron Bowl tickets, and man, I got hyped for it, but at the same time, I wasn't thinking, and my emotions were not in check, and I was acting up. And long story short, they took two of their friends instead of taking me and my brother. So yeah, not that my brother probably would have cared much, but I did, and it doesn't haunt me now because I'm a grown man. If I want to go to a football game, I save my own money up and go. Plus, I've already been to an Alabama game. But for the longest time, up until I went to that game with Millis and X Wing, that killed me that I missed that opportunity. I'm just like, damn, holy cow. How'd I screw that up? But I did. But I was passionate. It was so weird. You would think that I would rebel against the Crimson Tide after not being able to go to one of their home games, right? Wrong. My level of love for the Crimson Tide went through the roof. I'm like, I'm determined next year or the year after. I'm going whenever it's at Bryant Denny again. I'm going. It didn't happen, but you get the point, right? Like there was this. I felt like this fighter that had this big fight coming up, and I'm sitting there and I'm working out in the gym and I'm punching that punching bag, boom, 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 right? So yeah, I screwed up in 2016. It took 6 years, and I went to see them play Vanderbilt with Millis X Wing, and it was a great time though. It was a great experience. It was funny at one point. My mom said, "You really don't miss much because you're listening to fans. You can't hear the broadcast." She tried, like, I'm like, "Didn't miss much, Mom. It's Bryant Diddy." Oh my gosh. By the way, on this show, we'd love to get guests. Let me know what you want to talk about. It could be anything, doesn't have to be football. Email me, ballardsports19 at gmail.com. Find me on Twitter at ballardsports. You can also leave a comment on the Facebook page. We actually, I want to keep using the Ballard Sports Media Facebook page for live streams, but everything else will be Christian Ballard Sports Journalist. Um, and you can find that. It'll have my picture on Facebook. So yeah, I'm passionate about football, but it's crazy, man. Like this year has been kind of weird because there's just been so much God's doing in me and through me, and I haven't found myself like I'm looking forward to the football season. Like I got countdowns for stuff. I want to try to go to Knoxville this year to try and check out the third Saturday game. I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but like I'm looking forward now to like what's ahead. I got a countdown app. Let's see. Wallace State homecoming, basketball games. I'm going. Slob Olympics going. 19 days, less than 3 weeks. We got this. Brandon Lake, if you're not familiar with him, I got 2 tickets. I need to get someone to go with me. Hit me up. Brandon Lake concert at the BJCC, March 7th, 24 days. Now we get into college football, and it's 193 days, folks. I'm excited for it, but I don't know. I just feel like the love for football, not the love, the obsession. There's a difference. You see what I'm saying? I will always have a passion and love for the game. But I used to be over the top obsessed. I was complaining when I had to go to work on a Saturday and I'd have to miss these games. I don't know if I could complain this year. I really don't. We'll see. I know my grandmother's going to hear that and hold me to it. But it is crazy because this will be a big year. You got the new SEC, you got new Big Ten, you got new TV deals, SEC on ABC. You don't want to miss anything this year, do you? Not really. Not in my book. But we'll see how I feel. I'm going to help cover football this year on this channel. Like I'm going to do that. I'm going to try. But know that it's not a top priority. 249 days until the third Saturday in Knoxville. That I'm looking forward to. Have not bought tickets, but I think we'll look into it. I'll have to keep talking about it with my grandparents, figure out a plan. We got family somewhere in that area up there that I could stay with. So I'm not spending a whole bunch of money on a hotel. But yeah, we talked about Super Bowl 58. Some more stats. I mean, 49ers were favored by 1.5. So KC, as an underdog, took care of business there, I guess. Won by 3 in overtime. So looking at all these stats and everything, 2 turnovers for each team, 24 first downs for the Chiefs. But I think the yardage and just overall explosiveness led to a 25-22 overtime victory for the Chiefs. Let's move on from the Super Bowl. It was a great game. I did watch highlights before I got up and, started recording this morning. Man, I want 2024 to be such a big year. I really do. And I believe God wants to do big things. I don't know what he wants to do. There's things I have planned out that I need to put in his hands. There's things that have almost worked so far, but he said, not now. No, I'm interfering here. But in a good way. I believe God is always good and faithful. And I believe that he's never going to lead you astray. He's never going to lead you down a bad path. It might seem dark. It might seem like you are in a storm or you're not going to get through it. That doesn't mean it's bad. You got to praise him through that stuff, man. You do. And I'm trying to trust him on that. I really am. Listening to worship music in the car and everything this week has just kind of set my mind at ease. It really has. And I'm okay. Do I still have desires and wants? Things I want to accomplish, take care of? Yeah. Is it going to work out the way I planned it? Probably not. But I know he is good always. So I want to give me 1 second. Let me find it. Here's a verse I want to share with you guys real quick. It's Psalms, what is this? 34:8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. He's good, man. Here's the thing. He will always keep his promises. He will never contradict his word. He wants what's best for us, even if it seems dark. Like, just because you're going through it, man, that doesn't mean that, like, I have been on the occasion of saying everything comes from God. Everything comes from God. Not necessarily. Every good and perfect gift is from above. But then you got an enemy, and he attacks, right? So, just to share this, I don't want to get too far into this topic, but I believe there's a war for us. God's fighting for us, and so is the enemy, right? The enemy wants to destroy you. He's got one mission: to destroy your path. God's trying to restore your path and fix you up and give you, like, if you trust in God, the Bible says he'll give you the desires of your heart and everything, right? Not everything you desire and want, but if it's pleasing to him and if you surrender it to him, I'm sure he'll work it out. So I didn't want to get too far into a religious topic like that, but um I did want to share that with you. So I really don't have much else this morning on the Ballard Blitz. By the way, let's keep growing this podcast. Um, really would appreciate it. I love all you guys. I wish everyone a safe and happy Valentine's Day. You know, hope you have a good dinner with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I don't know who's listening this morning. I hope it works out. I'll probably just be going to church and then maybe hanging with a friend or two after. That's the boat I'm in. Uh, it's all good though. I'm trusting God on this stuff. I don't want to, like, quit trying to steal the pen from God. You're not the author, He is. How about that? He's writing your story, and He's writing my story. I don't know what the next chapter is. You have no idea what's coming in your life. You never know, because something could hit you out of nowhere. But that's really all I got. Yes, my first love was football and a love for the pigskin and hard hitting nose tackles. And gosh, gets me excited. Aren't we having like USFL right now or soon? We got to be having like some of the XFL or something coming up, right? So I would think. I'll figure it out later. Maybe there's stuff we could broadcast on. I know we got March Madness. Hey, March Madness coming up. Less than a month. You don't want to miss it. Basketball season is still going. We still got conference play, a couple games left there. Plus Selection Sunday around the corner. We'll see where Alabama and Auburn go as far as the in-state teams. Is UAB how is UAB? I'm actually curious on that because I really UAB NCAA men's 16-8. Oh, they got to get a bid somewhere, right? 16-8's good. 16-8's good. The women's basketball team 17-7. That's pretty good for UAB. I like it. I can't wait to get down there. Still don't know exactly when that's going to be. It'll be within like the next year and a half or 2 years, I'm sure, but we'll see. I'm almost done at Wallace. I'm getting really close. And by the way, I'm also getting out of here. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode this morning. Football, gotta love it. Super Bowl 58 was great. Can't wait for next year. Can't wait for the draft. It's going to be good. A lot of guys going to get drafted. Man, it's not probably won't be the best draft we've had, but you always look forward to seeing where the newcomers end up. Anyway, that's this week's edition of the Ballard Blitz, where we cover many different topics, talking college football and other fun stuff here at Ballard Sports Media. Be sure to hit that thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell. Get notified. Don't miss an episode. Don't miss a live stream. We'll see you next time. I love you guys. God bless. And from an Alabama fan, roll tide. We'll see you.